So you learned some skills, curated a music library, and scored some gigs. Congratulations, you're a DJ. But if you want to be a truly great DJ, you'll never stop putting in work so that you can become an expert at your craft. Now, unfortunately, many DJs get stuck in the comfort zone once they're good enough. And that's why step 9 of my guide on how to become a DJ is an unending step. It goes on forever, and that is honing the craft. Now that you have the basics down, let's talk a little bit about how to level up. You see, there's a lot more to DJing than just transitions. You must learn to read the crowd. That's a skill which allows you to both predict and react to an audience in order to find common musical ground. Also, make sure you know your event. When I play a fashion show, I know that I should play music that's upbeat and bouncy and doesn't have too many vocals. Now, I know when I play an underground event at a warehouse somewhere, my crowd's going to be bored to tears if I play 95 BPM trip hop. You know, big wobbly dubstep tracks don't typically belong at a coffee shop at 8 p.m. You must realize that context is everything in the world of DJing. So the same song will have a much different effect depending on your time slot, venue, demographic, crowd size, and more. Make sure you put a lot of focus on music curation. Get better at finding music which reflects your unique tastes, yet works with your audience. Also, I highly recommend that you learn to play the right gigs. Decide whether or not a potential booking is actually a good fit for your style and your brand. And of course, there are going to be a number of advanced skills available for you to explore. You know, for example, mixing harmonically, or adding live elements to your set using drum machines, samplers, remix decks, or live musicians. Keep searching for new tools and methods to add to your bag of tricks to make yourself unique in this space. Now, while you should learn to choose appropriate gigs, you should also be versatile. Building brand is one thing, but be careful not to pigeonhole yourself. So basically, to wrap this whole thing up, here are a few final tips. Learning how to become a DJ is easy, but making a living DJing is hard. I'm not saying it can't be done, it can. But it's important to realize that you need to put in the work and that it doesn't happen overnight. Next tip is very simple. Do what makes you happy. Also, again, don't ever move past the final step on this list. Always be improving as a human and as a DJ. Don't stagnate. Also, just as a personal side note, learn the value of subtlety. This will help you with your crowd reading, turning your sets into a journey instead of a cyclone. And finally, yes, there are a lot of DJs out there, but it doesn't matter that anyone can DJ these days. What matters is that you do it better. And look, I know there's a lot to consider when deciding how to become a DJ. It can be intimidating to take all this in, but we're here to help. That's why we make this show, the Passionate DJ Podcast, where we're striving to become better DJs through passion and purpose. You can watch episodes on our YouTube channel, or you can listen on the go using your favorite podcast app. And of course, just a reminder, if you need more help, you can join our community on Facebook by just visiting passionatedj.com/community. If you need some more hands-on help, there are links to our partner resources in the guide. We're pretty active on Instagram too. You can look us up there at Passionate DJ. And finally, if you're trying to decide what hardware to buy, don't forget that we have the best DJ controller guide on the internet, passionatedj.com/controllers. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, and I appreciate you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much, and keep on spinning.